Good. Today we're looking at factoring our trinomials. That is an expression made up of three different terms. This video is again suitable if you are in grade 10 looking to expand your algebra knowledge, in particular with quadratics, or if you're in grade 11 looking to review those same skills. In this case, that is factoring trinomials. Now, we're relying here on your prerequisite skills, that is expanding binomial factors, which again was handled in section 6.2. And we're relying on your ability to work down the same way we have been with our algebra throughout. Factoring trinomials, there are a number of different strategies that are taught. There's a man method, there's an area method. In this case, we're going to try and break it down in a way that focuses more on the numbers we're finding, less on that area method, although that is a really viable method in itself. Now, here we're just going to warm up. We're going to try and find two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 8. I'll give you, the hint I'm going to give you. I want you to focus on the numbers that multiply to 12 first, and then from there, I want you to try and find a pair of those that add up to 8. I encourage you, pause the video here, and then come back and see how you did. Good, okay. If we are multiplying to 12, we're trying to find two numbers that multiply to 12. Now, if I break that up, I'm always going to start in the same way. I'm always going to follow the exact same pattern that ensures that I don't miss any of my pairs. Now first, I start with the number 1. Okay, well, I'd multiply 1 times 12 in order to get to 12. Then I would go up to 2, and I would say, okay, well, 2 times, what do I need to get to 12? 2 times 6. Good job, us. 3 times 4. Okay, now I could go to 4, and you'll notice here, I'm just going up by 1 every time. But I've already handled 4 in my second column. So I've actually already handled all of the future numbers that I'm looking at going up. I don't need to go any higher than 3. And I know that I have found all of my pairs. Or wait, I'm actually missing half of them. So if I look right here, I have found all of my positive pairs, but each of these positive pairs that I found, I could switch the signs. If they were positive, they become negative. And I would also find pairs. So negative 1 multiplied by negative 12, negative 2 multiplied by negative 6, negative 3 multiplied by negative 4. There I go. Now I have found truly all of these possible pairs of numbers that will multiply to 12 if I'm working purely with integers right here. Good job, us. Now all I need to do is find whichever pair of those adds up to 8. So let's take a look. Okay, well, the first pair adds up to 13. My second pair adds up to 8. That's what I wanted. There we go. The two numbers that I was looking for are 2 and 6. Now, you may not have gone through that entire process. You may have stopped part way when you realized, hey, I already have my two numbers that will add up to 8. That's completely well and fine, but I'm hoping you could follow along the steps because sometimes we will need to go through each and every one of those steps. I encourage you, I've just done it once. I want you to try and find two numbers that multiply to 24, add to 11, pause the video here, and then see how you did. Good, in this case, we're going to take a little bit of a shortcut. We're going to start the same way, and then we're going to stop as soon as we recognize those two numbers that we're looking for. So we're working with the number 24. We'll start with 1 and 24. Do those add up to 11? No, they don't. Then I'll go to 2 and, 12. Do those two numbers add up to 11? No, they don't. I'm going up to 3 and 8. 3 plus 8. There's my 11. Those are the two numbers that I need. There's no need for us to go further. Good job. We found the numbers 3 and 8. I want you to pause the video right here. Then I want you to handle question C and then unpause and see how you did. Good. Here we're multiplying to a negative number. So we'll start with 1, but then it'll be a negative number in my right column because I multiply 1 times negative 10. And then 2 times negative 5. Now when I'm finding my corresponding pairs, I'm switching the signs of each of these. So negative 1, positive 10, negative 2, positive 5. I know I'm running out of space. I apologize. It's ugly to look at, but we are doing our best right here. Now, do any of those pairs add up to what we need? In this case, it's a negative 3. Sure looks like it to me. Good job, us. We found them right here. Our 2 and our negative 5 satisfy that requirement. I want you to pause, try out question D, see how you did. Good, here we're multiplying to positive 20. We're going to start off, we have 1 and 20. We have 2 and 10. We have 3. Oh, 3 doesn't work, so I'm not even going to write that. And then I have 4 and 5. Now, do any of these add up to what we need, to negative 9? No, absolutely not. So We've already found half of our numbers. We'll have to find the other half. That means we're changing the signs. We're working with -1, -20. We're working with -2, -10. We're working with -4, -5. And that last pair that I copied down, that's what we need because those add up to our -9. The numbers are -4 and -5. Good job, us. Good, all right. We've done a little bit of cleanup here. Now let's do a little bit of an aside. Hopefully this just takes a minute or so. We're going to work with something like x plus 3 times x plus 10. If I was to expand something like this, that is, I'm taking something with brackets, I'm writing it without. I would work, I know how to do that. I multiply everything in the first set of brackets by everything in the second set of brackets. I would work with x squared plus 3x plus 10x plus 30. Then I could collect my like terms, and I would find x squared plus 13x plus 30. Now, nothing is new here, but what we're going to do is we're going to practice going from this third line back to our first line. Now, what we're really doing is we're focused on the numbers that we see. We see a 13 right here. We see a 30. Now, if I compare that to where we started with the number 3 and the number 10. Now, if you followed along with our warm-up, you might see exactly where this is going. The numbers that I will be starting with, I notice my 10 and my 3, they multiply to get to that last number, and they add to get to the middle number. And that is the middle coefficient. So if that's the case, we're going to head right back to our note and try and follow that same pattern. So in this case, I'm looking to multiply. I'm looking for two numbers that will multiply to 18 and add up to 9. Okay, so multiplying to 18, nothing's new here, and then I'll be adding to 9. Fantastic. Let's find my factor pairs. You know what? Pause the video, see how you do. Good, so here we found our two numbers. The numbers are 3 and 6, and if I'm going to use those numbers according to that same pattern I saw before, then nice and easy, this is going to equal x plus 3, there's my first number used, times x plus 9, there's my second number used, and there's my first trinomial factored. I encourage you, you've seen it once, it's right in front of you right now. Pause the video, see how you handle question B. And there we go, we factored our second trinomial. Question 3, now we're handling some negatives as we work along. I think you folks can handle it. Pause, unpause, see how you do. Nice work. So we found our factor pairs for questions 3A and B. I want you to try out 4A and B on pause, see how you do. Good, where we've handled question 4, we're not afraid of negatives, we're not afraid of big numbers. Great work if you followed along. You're in a good spot.